I've already used, or do I try to find a new one? I'm gonna do that.
There we go.
That's probably the one.
Oh, that's cool. There's an update to Slobs, and I can actually enter the chat from the software.
You know what? Have like the software all, or have the chat all on one.
So I already have the multi-stream on, so it'll pick up Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube all together. But now I can like type in here, and it'll send it to all three of those platforms.
Oh, nice.
Down.
Cool. All right. Let's see. We're going to try and. Thank you. All right. All right. So that's up and running. YouTube is also up and running. The Book of Faces is also up and running. Oh no.
Oh, yo, man, check that one out. Isn't that dope?
That's a pretty cool background.
Thanks. I didn't make it. I found it.
Well, either way, it's still pretty cool.
All right, so I'm going to take this. We're going to move this here. I'm going to take this and move this here. All right.
Give me a minute. I'm having a little difficulty with the camera.
Wrath, if you are looking for a camera, while you're at work, you can look at the Razer camera. It's not bad. Just don't know how you feel about Razer. I don't like it personally, but it's a good camera. And then there's also anything Logitech of the C900 brand, the C920, the C922. I'm personally using the C922. That one's really been really good for me. What camera are you using there, CP?
Is this your sponsorship commercial before the?
No, I'm just letting him know that if he wants to get a camera, he can. I'm giving him some recommendations.
Yeah.
You guys will get jealous though if I get on camera. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I might be looking to get a new camera too, because
I'm over here looking silky smooth.
with the new job, they like having people show their face a lot more often.
Ah.
With my desk setup, I want to have the laptop like off to the side and closed. So I haven't got the dock for it yet, so I'm still still having it open. So that's how I do things. I can use the camera that way, but if the laptop's closed, I can't use the camera. So when I get the docking station, if they still want me to show my face, I'll have to get another camera because I don't want to have to be taking my fat lazy ass behind the computers every time and unplugging in and switching the camera around. That sounds like that.
Fair enough. I think one of the new GoPros can be used as a webcam, and it's really good. Now, if you feel like dropping a boatload of freaking money, you can go DSLR.
No, I'm sorry. I don't
I have
know.
to make myself look good.
Wait a minute. Something's not right.
I don't know if there's been any innovation in the last year or so with webcams or not. Most streaming is done with cell phones these days.
fuck up. Sorry. That was an edge, y'all. Well, we're 7 minutes past. I'm ready whenever, homie. Sorry, it's your show. Don't let me change your timetable. My bad.
This is the most entertaining part, right? I started watching the opening of last week's show. Dude, I was dying. Like, it's just everybody's reaction to all the white people jokes was just fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Lord help me.
There's no help for you.
I know.
And here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Griffcast episode 123, the Mature Nerdy Podcast for immature people, the show where we talk about any and all things nerd, from video games, comic books, movies, computer technology, and or science. I am your host and King Neckbeard Griffmore. Welcome to the show. We have all original host here still, and once again, Rathcon is joining us. Nobody speak at once.
The Wrath of Cons.
Oh.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, depending on how it goes, we might try to make him a regular.
Feel like a job interview.
Damn it, round 2.
How
Interviews next week. So you'll have to have a camera.
It's been honestly, I haven't done anything besides like looking for a job and playing Diablo. Like that's been everything I've been doing.
You were looking for work, or you just looking to replace work, or did something happen? Did I miss something?
Yes and no. We can talk about it after the show, but it's been a roller coaster. Like the position I was promised that would stay open, didn't stay open.
Did they fill it, or did they just decide to axe the position?
No, they forgot about it.
Wait, what?
That's not what you want to hear.
Did you get it in writing?
I did not. Yeah. Well, it's just so they were trying to bring me back in, and a guy quit, and they fired a guy, and they're like, "All right, we got enough room. We can bring you in." And so he goes, "Let me call you back, next week." Because I was talking to him like on Thursday or Friday, and he's like, "Let me call you back next week. I got to go do this event over the weekend, and I have a meeting with the big boss, and we'll talk about it." I'm like, all right. So I ended up calling him later the following Monday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon, whatever it was. And he's like, "Yeah, so we had a meeting, and bringing you in would put us over budget, so we can't."
Why you gotta be so expensive, man? Why you gotta be so expensive? This sounds like a Griff problem, because Griff wants to be demanding too much money.
Well, here's the thing.
Too much salary cap.
That position has standardized pay. So somebody walking in off the street would make as much as me being there for 16 years. So.
Oh. Well, never mind. Good.
So then it sounds like them for not budgeting well enough.
Yeah. And the funny part is, to bring me over, it's just a couple clicks of a button. Whereas if they have to hire somebody new later on, they have to do the full onboarding process, which they have told us before, like 10 years ago, cost like $5,000. I'm like, yeah. I could save you $5,000 just by clicking a button.
Right. I was talking to somebody else earlier about that. There's a couple other people I was talking to, like how it's cheaper to give the person a substantial raise, than to fire them and then hire somebody new at a lower cost. It's actually cheaper, because then now you're spending money to do the interview process. You're spending money to put the job rec out there, put the position out there, spending money to do the interview process, go through thousands of rounds of interviews, than spending money to onboard that person, the time it takes to onboard them. And not only are you spending money, but now you're also losing money because you're losing the productivity of the person that was already there.
So yeah, it's yeah. I mean, a lot of it's on me because I procrastinated too much and didn't finish these certifications. So,
so it is a Griff.
We knew it.
It's a Griff problem that he doesn't have a new job. It's not a Griff problem that he can't go back to his old job. I mean, it is my problem now, but because now I'm like, yeah, because now I got to be like, I got to make money.
Money.
Blame Diablo.
Yeah. I'm glad I pre-ordered the next expansion because I wouldn't be able to afford it when it comes out. But, besides that, though, no, this season's going pretty good. Max 2 characters now. Got 2 characters running in game. See, Wrath, you've got what, 3 now? 3 and
Yeah,
100?
I'm working on my 4th.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to hear it.
Wild's getting on when you can.
You're doing good, Wild. Don't worry about it, buddy.
I mean, you're doing better than me, bud. I haven't even touched it.
Well, let's jump into it. Wrath, remind me to make you a mod in the Discord so you can see our show notes.
Okay.
I usually keep it pretty simple. You'll see when you get in there. So, move over, Stray. There's a new dog in town.
That was funny. I saw that. That did make me giggle, bud. That's a good one. We'll play.
So there's a new stealth game coming out called Barkcore, where it's a stealth game where you play a dog. Oh.
All right. I feel like it needs to know more.
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to go see if I can find the article.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about a lot of stuff on our news channel here.
Dog games, dog stealth game. You're just like
There it is.
a canine special agent and just, infiltrate, I know, organizations, I guess, just as a
The
dog.
developer is known for Bee Simulator.
Bee Simulator.
Awesome game, by the way.
I'd probably play the fuck out of that. That sounds pretty dope.
Let's see.
Is it like a real bee simulator, or is it like goat
you
simulator,
play
or is it like
Bumblebee.
goat simulator where you can just do whatever the fuck you want?
Well, you could do whatever you want, but yeah, you fly around as a bee. Yeah, legit.
No,
Go
so like,
pollinate flowers and stuff.
yeah, okay. So is it more realistic? Because like there's farming simulator where you actually farm, but then there's goat simulator where you launch nukes.
Oh yeah, it's not like that. No.
Yeah, okay.
Barkcore is the latest game from Bee Simulator developer Varsov Studios. Is, to quote the team, an action stealth game where you can take on the role of a tail-wagging K-9009 agent unleashed by a secret organization to fight evil in a world that's anything but rough and serious. It is due out it is due out in 2025 for PC.
Wait, how do they spell serious?
SERIOUS.
I do it. Fucking nerds. I love it.
Yes, it's true. Barkcore is a stealth game where you play as a dog secret agent. And as you can see from the trailer above, it looks absolutely delightful.
There's a trailer? I didn't see the trailer. I saw the article. I didn't see the trailer.
The trailer's in the article.
I know. I didn't read the article. I just saw it and I just shared it. Damn, fuck, man. Sue me.
Oh, well, this actually looks really good. Oh, okay. Hold on. Pause. All right, let's see here.
Now, did any of you play the cat that's the Stray, the game?
Oh, dude, I fucking love that game. That game was so good. It might be on Game Pass by now. Is it? No, I think it's coming to Game Pass. Is it out there? I feel like it's free if you have PlayStation. At least if you have PlayStation Plus, you can play it. And then I feel like it's, on Steam.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Dude, the game was good. It was a dope game. I fucking loved it. Oh, dude, and like I cried. I cried at the end of that game, man. It was beautiful, man. Like your little robot buddy that's with you and stuff. Dude, I got attached to the characters too hard. I don't know how they did it.
Why is it always when I stream to the channel that we just see the fucking
Dude, this looks awesome. Yeah, get it, bud. What is that game? Team Fortress? What is this technology that they have? Jeez.
Assassin's Creed with dogs.
Yeah, man, he's got like nanotech in his vest with that arm claw. Did you see like that arm claw just like shrink?
Materialized.
I say it and I've said it so many times. Never pre-order until now.
I'm getting this game.
Buy, press, sold. If there's a bark button, press circle to bark. Yeah, we're done here. We're done here, bud. But like, because it's a stealth game too, right? So you can't just bark whenever you want, or you'll alert the enemies.
I'm getting that game. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Oh,
I hope it has a good plot. I mean, it kind of looks kind of comical, like with with like the cloud, the tornado cloud when he was kicking his ass. So kind of comical, but like,
I can get behind that.
Stray. Play Stray. Stray was such a good fucking game. Like you didn't expect it to be good because like you're just playing as a cat, but you're playing as a cat and like like there's like a plot behind it and like the plot's so good. Stray was a fucking great game. And dude, I did get fucking emotional. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I fucking cried at the end of that. It had a beautiful ending. That was a good game. That was a fucking good game. Dude, it was so simple, man. It's just keeping the shit simple and making a good fucking game. Why can't companies do that anymore, man? All you had to do was like walk around, pick up stuff, and meow. But they made a fucking amazing, beautiful game, and I fucking cried at the end. It's such a.
I don't know. I'm loving the art style in this. It looks a lot similar. It looks very similar to Dishonored.
I was gonna say Team Fortress, but I mean, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I see it.
I mean, a little bit more cartoony, but yeah.
I mean, realistic, but like with the cartoony combat. I mean, who knows? It's probably gonna blend well together. I thought the dog looked great. The dog looked amazing. Yeah. I'm about to adopt the shit out of that dog.
So this was interesting. So there's a new theory that the human brain works on quantum entanglement. But they can't quite prove it because nobody can actually see quantum entanglement. But the way that the neurons fire within the brain, it is very similar to quantum computing.
I mean, sure. I mean, I can see it. I mean, they've always said that the brain is the fastest processor. Hundreds, 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times faster than any CPU. I mean, if you think about how much the brain has to do, calculate, process, do in any given moment. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's not quite necessarily how it works; it's how consciousness works. The reason that human beings have advanced so far is because our brains function at a quantum computer level.
I don't even know how to respond right now. I'm getting too deep into thinking like how my brain like actually works. Because dude, man,
and we keep fucking it up with alcohol and drugs and.
Speak for yourself, bud.
Caffeine.
Like, what are you talking about? I'm good over here.
I mean, you don't actually kill your brain cells when you drink alcohol, but you do damage them a tiny bit. But I think they're able to repair themselves.
Yeah. To an extent, like you will make them.
Extent, yeah.
Head trauma will deal more damage to your brain than like a night of drinking. But then if you get like blackout drunk, may as well be a head injury.
Yeah, doing shit like that, that's tough. I never blacked out before, so it's
good for me. I have
a high tolerance, thankfully. I've tried several times. It just doesn't get there.
Okay.
I think I just don't get there because I know how sick I'm gonna be. I know how sick I'm gonna be on the end. I'm like, this is not gonna be fun. I don't want to be that fucking hungover. That sounds terrible. I'm gonna stop.
We need to change the subject because Wrath has really horrible stories about me.
He gets really drunk, or he used to.
Used to. And
you could do pretty much whatever you want to him when he's drunk. Because he's blacked out.
Yeah? Well, what would we do? Can you not tell us?
Some fun. There's some pictures somewhere.
It sounds like you need to put it on the hub, if you know what I mean. Is that what we're doing? Are we talking about war crimes right now? Or are we talking about like
it's right between a war crime and a fetish.
Oh, borderline.
God damn.
It's towing both those lines.
See, this is why I've never blacked out before, because
I don't trust nobody.
There's a difference between blacking out and passing out. Those are two different things. So you have to black out and pass out. Unless you were just blackout, Griff is just open to doing this type of stuff.
It's well, all right, we're gonna move on. I haven't done that in like 20 years. It just so happens that
you ain't got to lie, Craig.
There was a time where oh God, I'm saying it. It's so fucked up. Honey, there was a time where Daddy was young and pretty and he did things on film that he's not proud of.
So let's just say I'm really glad that most of everything that I did when I was stupid was before like Facebook.
Oh, it's game over then.
Yeah.
Like, TikTok too? Rat.
Like MySpace was around, but
Facebook Live.
Yeah, MySpace was around when I did a lot of my stupid shit. But it was also dying out. So, and I was mostly smart enough not to post stupid crap on MySpace.
Well, we still had pictures though. His wife had pictures somewhere.
Oh yeah. Most of these pictures were taken on my wife's camera.
Oh, she was behind the whole thing, just orchestrated. And just like, when he brings that anniversary, I'm gonna pull this shit out. When he thinks he's in the future. I don't need no prenup. I don't need a prenup. I got this. I got evidence.
Oh man. Anyway. All right, so we need to talk about I don't even know where to go from here. I'm like, do we just follow the notes?
Yeah.
Do we just end this show?
Continue to talk about quantum entanglement. How the fuck did we get there from quantum entanglement?
We should talk about alcohol.
Our brains entangled themselves.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh man.
What is like the pure definition of quantum entanglement?
Google. Yeah, go to Google.
Quantum entanglement is a phenomenon of a group of particles being generated, interacting, and sharing spatial proximity in such a way that the quantum state of each particle of the group cannot be described independently of the state of the others, including when the particles are separated by a large distance. So pretty much they're, a bunch of particles acting as one. So does that really define human consciousness? I mean, yeah, I guess it's the brain, but the brain is one organism, right? Organism? No. Organ? Ooh, is the brain an organ? Yeah, it's an organ, not a muscle. Ooh, I'm moving too fast for my own good. Quantum entangle myself. Sorry, being dumb.
That's a good
It
question.
makes sense, but it makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense. Because you're talking about quantum entanglement. That's just particles. I guess they're talking about. What are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? Particles?
Like, if you actually
quarks?
open up that article and read it, they explain it a lot better than I can.
The one you shared. Oh, okay, I got. It's going to take me a second to find it.
I found it. Quantum entanglement is in your brain is what generates consciousness, radical studies suggest. All right. Now, a new study from Shanghai University submits yet another piece of evidence to the neurological court that one particular process of the human brain exhibits behavior akin to quantum entanglement, a phenomenon known when two particles, usually photons, become inextricably dyslexia, linked even across vast distances. This phenomenon confounded even the most brilliant of minds, including Albert Einstein, who called quantum entanglement, wow, spooky action at a distance.
Spooky action at a distance.
Yeah. So you know what though? This actually would make sense to a degree. Like, how do you always know when somebody's watching you?
Oh, dude, it's so fucking creepy. You can just feel it. You can feel when someone's watching you.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's fucking creepy. But like, are we trying to say that, I guess what their brain is somehow
Their perception is, yeah.
And God, oh, dude, man, yeah. Or like when I guess you pick up a 1.5, like you make eye contact and you get that, that feeling. Whereas like what people like say is chemistry or not chemistry, but like ooh, there's the spark,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or like in like Wild's case, it's like at first glance of Wild, I knew me and him were going to be friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like I walk in,
yeah.
it's like, oh no, this guy's going to be chill as hell. This is going to be fine. Because I've worked with dozens, if not hundreds, of different people at my last job, and like you could tell pretty quickly if you're going to get along with somebody or not.
Yeah. Usually within the first like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
Typically, if a conversation starts with, "Did you catch the game last night?" I'm pretty much zoned out the rest of the conversation.
Yeah.
It's just
I get like, it's like there's some people that can just do nothing but talk sports all day, and I'm almost like I can I can try to keep up with the best of them, but there's some that I'm almost like I can't. Like, I need you to more than just sports, please.
But here's the thing: I get it. I get why people do it and why people have an infatuation with it, because I can do the exact same thing with Magic the Gathering. I can do the exact same thing with Diablo. I can do the exact same thing with my other interests.
It's just a generic, generic question to get people talking, like, crazy weather we didn't happen. They just, people assume that most people are into sports, like, what shows and movies have been watching recently. Something just, to trigger conversation.
Mm-hmm. And of course, with my hobbies and interests, people usually zone out when I talk to them too. So it goes both ways. Because some people are like, "Hey, what have you been watching?" "Well, I don't really watch a lot of TV. I've been watching anime recently." "Oh, what's that?" Well,
So you don't watch TV? You don't watch TV, but you watch anime? That doesn't make sense.
I'm pumpkin.
Anyway. So so the article is going deeper into what I actually thought it was saying. Like, not necessarily that we're wrong or we were wrong or just off the mark by saying that, like, getting that feeling, hearing that feeling. But it's talking about like the neurons and stuff that, travel down the electrical pathways within the brain. And it makes sense. Like this paragraph, which I don't want to read out loud because I'm going to sound fucking stupid. with the words that I won't be able to pronounce.
Did you? Sorry.
But they're talking about what, a fatty material called myelin that surrounded the nerve cells axon. The fiber that transmits electrical impulses to other nerves or body tissues provides an environment in which the entanglement of photons is possible. I don't know what the fuck that means. So that this material itself is the medium to allow quantum entanglement to occur. This could potentially explain the rise of cognition and essentially synchronization, which is essential for information processing and rapid response. I don't know what myelin is. Myelin.
It's
myelin. It just says it's a fatty material.
It's a type of fat.
Yeah, fatty. Surrounding the nerve cells.
Despite popular belief, most fat is actually really good for you because your brain is made of fat.
A lot of fat is also energy that we have to burn off.
Yep.
That's why I'm so energetic.
Same.
Consciousness within the brain hinges on the synchronized activities of millions of neurons, but the mechanism responsible for orchestrating such synchronization remains elusive. The paper reads. The results indicate that the cylindrical cavity formed by a melanin sheath can facilitate spontaneous photon emissions from the scoff. I just got a goddamn ad. Vibrational modes and generate a significant number of entangled photon pairs. Vibrational modes? Yeah. Vibrational modes? Vibration. I don't know.
Big words. It's interesting though. It's just I don't think we're really getting closer to understanding it, but there's definitely some interesting theories out there.
Dude, you have to think about that. Like the brain, or this article is just the brain trying to understand the brain.
Yeah.
Our brains can't even understand our own brains.
Yeah.
As people try to understand brains.
I mean, basically, we're just a big pink lump running around in a meat mech.
I like the way you put that.
I literally thought of Men in Black. I literally thought of Men in Black as soon as you said that.
I always think it's funny when I used to see memes where like they show the skeleton, like the bones and skeleton, and it's like this is actually inside you. And I'm like, pause. We're actually inside of that. The brain is inside the skeleton, which is inside the bodysuit that we wear, and the muscles and.
Yeah, basically. Skin is basically just an exoskeleton. Anyway, I think we're all too sober for this.
Yeah, just a little bit.
For yourself.
Oh no, you're not quite there just yet.
I know, this is my first drink of the day.
I was about to say.
This is my first drink of the day.
I think there might be some chocolate in the kitchen that can get me there, but anyway. All right, we got to talk about this. So CP has a massive problem with the term going gold. Now, I have been getting closer to joining CP in his opinion of this. Now, I think there's two sides to this, really. Because everybody wants a game to be 100% complete when it comes out. It makes sense. If I'm going to pay money for a game, I want it to be complete when it comes out. Now, with how complex games are these days, they can't test for everything.
That's not what it means. You're talking about for bugs? For bugs,
yeah.
So I mean, it's understandable that some games will have bugs, and I guess bugs and some broken features here and there. But from my understanding and what I know about it, the term going gold means that the game has been completed to the goal of having a finished product. Understand? I mean, excusing, certain bugs here and there, minus game bait bugs, but when it comes to the story, the plot, all the graphics and rendering being compiled into the game, it is at what they would consider to be complete.
Yeah.
Excusing certain hot fixes to fix certain things, like you said, small bugs here and there. But we're talking about if it's missing a mission, then it's not going gold because it's not completed to to the image that they had of a finished product. Right. And then also to that matter, I mean, if there's a shit ton of game breaking bugs involved, then yes, that is not going gold.
Brain gaping.
And that's usually that's what they mean. But when they're like, oh, we finally got gold, we finally fixed all the game breaking bugs. But you're talking about small bugs where you could just clip through a wall barely, or have some stutter here and there, or maybe a character's dialogue will not match up perfectly. Yeah, that's small shit.
Yeah. I think we've hit a point that every game out there is going to have a day one patch. They're going to find...
Absolutely.
That's where we are.
But at the same time, though, I think that... Because if you think about it, every game that does really well, that is virtually bug-free, are usually lower cost, lower production value indie games.
All right. So after just a quick search, the term going gold is shorthand for gaming industry phrase gold master image, so on and so forth. When a game enters the stage of development, it means that the game has reached the point where it is finished and ready for release. There are plenty of games that have been released without going gold. They are not ready to be released. They are still broken in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But they are still released because they set a release date, and that's what they're going to try to hit. And this is what I have problems with things I don't think games do it too much, but here's an example for fucking movies. Movies will set a release date. They'll be oh, it's going to release July 19th, 2026. They haven't even started writing the fucking script yet.
Yeah.
And I'm what the fuck are you doing? I mean, yeah, July 2026 is still a long time away, but sometimes they'll do that, it's a fucking year out, and they'll do that, and they haven't even written the script yet. I'm why the fuck would you announce a release date? You haven't even started filming. You don't know if you're gonna, finish it, and then I feel like some games have done that too. They're really not that far, but they fucking lock in a release date.
They make a gameplay trailer, and then there's here's a release date, and that's all they've done is make that gameplay trailer. The core systems of the game itself aren't even complete.
Yeah, but it's also, I think it's a little bit of the society too that we live in. A little bit the audience. The audience, if they see something oh, well, when the fuck is this coming out? Oh, you just said summer 2026. That's not enough for me. I want a fucking exact date. I'm dude, it's still 2 years away. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate when the games are announced so far out. Grand Theft Auto 6. Thanks. So I have to fucking sit here for fucking 2.5 years of my life sitting here plotting. Though I'm sure it helps some people because some people don't know how to manage their money very well, so they're just I gotta start saving now.
Here though. Hey, Wrath, have you started taking pre-orders for Grand Theft Auto 6 yet?
No,
Thank you.
they have not opened pre-orders yet.
What's the usual time frame to start taking pre-orders?
So once they hit an official trailer, an official game trailer, it'll hit shortly after that.
They haven't had a gameplay trailer. They've mostly just
They've had clips and stuff, but they haven't had an
cinematic
official trailer
teaser.
yet.
Yeah, cinematic teaser, the leaked clips.
Yeah. As soon as they have an official trailer, sometimes it's the same day, sometimes it's the next day, they'll have pre-orders up at everywhere, every store possible.
Which is, here's the thing though, that I think is interesting. What the hell? That was weird. Kept feeling something crawl my foot. It's like, what the hell is that?
I had to make a note because I want to ask Wrath about this later, but we should get through all the topics too before we do this. Just want to throw it out there and just say that I'm thinking about it.
That's very unusual for TC, is because that typically he stretches it out. He's wanting to get through them.
Well, the thing on this one is that I was kind of curious about is with the physical editions basically just being CD keys to install the game. What's the point of pre-ordering anymore a physical edition?
So generally, the way it works, as companies do now, especially with digital codes, is the reason there's a gap between when they announce it and when we can pre-order any company, whether it's Best Buy, Walmart, Target, GameStop, whoever it is, Amazon. As soon as they launch that trailer, all these companies get together and figure out who's going to get the special edition, who's going to get this, that, and the other, who's going to get pre-order bonuses, and it's a bidding war. Now, the collector's editions, such as Titanfall 2, there was a couple Mirror's Edge, they actually didn't come with the game at all. They come with a steel book, a statue, the collector stuff, but no game. So anybody who sells a digital copy, you can still get the collector's edition without the game in it. So that's what a lot of people go for.
All right, does that usually hit the pre-order at the same time?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Now, I will say this. We don't get, at least, I don't know about Walmart and stuff, but we don't get any collector's edition, special editions that weren't pre-ordered. We don't get extras.
Right.
So if people don't pre-order them, I'm not going to have them in my store to sell you.
yeah.
That's fair enough. Yeah, like the we've talked about the Diablo collector's edition a couple of times and how the $100 collector's edition didn't come with the game.
Correct.
I think that's wild to think about.
That's still crazy to me that you literally go through all of that, pre-order everything, and you still don't get the game.
Well, here's the thing though that I think is a little bit different with like the Diablo one is they were upfront with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything was titled with "This does not include the game."
Yes.
A lot of companies are just like, "Here, check out our special edition, and here's everything that comes with," and they never mention that it doesn't come with the game.
Mirror's Edge and Titanfall 2 were the two biggest ones that we had customer complaints because they were mad that they paid all that money and it didn't come with the game. You bought the statue, you bought the collector stuff. I get it, but at the same time, it was that company's responsibility to market that as such.
That's true, because I think about that now, because like if you're like say like you're just looking for like any game, I'll say like a Star Wars Outlaws is the one that I think about because they have the standard edition, gold edition, and the deluxe ultimate edition or whatever. And you're looking at like the differences. It shows you breakdown. Like is comes like with this DLC, the season pass, these customizables. But always at the top it always says base game, and I'm like, why are you including the base game? Like, isn't it obvious that the game is going to come with it? But now starting to make sense, I guess, because sometimes.
Well, see, this is also only exclusive to physical editions.
Right. I guess you understand, but like I can think they're doing it also for like digitals just to cover their ass. I guess in a way, shape, or form. And I could see how that could be possible. If you're looking at the physical editions of stuff. But I think that's just so wild not to come with the game, whether it's the physical game or even just a download code.
I mean, the download code is the least they can do.
Right.
At least.
Well, see, in a lot of companies, so like for Xbox, Microsoft has made it so we can sell, and everybody can, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, everybody can sell any of their games, any of their DLCs, any of your season passes, anything you want can be sold through Microsoft. PlayStation, I can only sell you DLCs and currency. I cannot sell you games digitally anymore on PlayStation at GameStop or anywhere else. You cannot go to a store and buy a digital game from PlayStation.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh.
Yep, you can buy DLCs, you can buy currency and buy it yourself, but you cannot buy the game.
I never even thought about like just being able to buy the game digitally from brick and mortar. I just imagine like, because I know they have the cards, like you can go and buy the card, you know, put however much money you want on the card, and then do shit that way. But I never thought about like, you know, like I'm gonna buy a redemption code for God of War.
So honestly, if you buy digital, even if you don't like GameStop, if you like Best Buy or whoever you like, if you have their membership or their, you know, whatever their deal is, like GameStop has the Pro Card, right? And you buy digitally through them, just buy your currency through there. If you're gonna buy the game digitally anyways, you still get the points that you can use on coupons and stuff. Which, if you bought it at home, you wouldn't get that. So no matter where you shop, you should do that. Yeah. No matter where you shop, you should do that for sure. Buy it through them.
Yeah, and I actually knew that about Sony because there have been times where I wanted to get a game for a friend of mine, and it didn't have a physical copy, and so I went to go buy the game for them, and I literally couldn't. I had to buy a points card and tell them, this is for this game. You have to, you have to input the card and spend your, PlayStation currency on that game or whatever game you want now, because
I just gave you the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least Steam is sexy like that, where you can buy for a friend and send them the code.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that, and then I think you can do it for Xbox, can't you?
Yeah, you can buy anything for Xbox. You can buy anything for Nintendo. It's just Sony that stopped the game sales.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? Because they want to drive out, use in the store or something?
Well, here's one reason why. Here's one reason why. It's a gotcha. So we'll combine this with our next one. It's a scam. Think about it this way. Grandma wants to go buy you that new PlayStation game. All right. She still thinks new games cost $50.
Oh, the days.
So she buys a $50 PlayStation card, puts it into a card, gives it to you for your birthday. All right. Now, you have a $50 PlayStation card. You still need to spend another $25 to buy a new game.
Fair.
So now they have two transactions. They have the first transaction where they bought the points or the PlayStation currency. They have that one, which is a guaranteed sale where they are not liable to what happens to the card. You lose that card in the parking lot, means nothing to Sony. They got the money.
Yep, fair.
But if say you get that card and you want to spend that card, but say, Grand Theft Auto 6 just came out and you want to buy it, you now have to input your credit card information into their system to cover the rest of to cover the difference.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a straight up gotcha.
I don't think that's that much of a scam. It's not that terrible. I mean, it's a little bit on Grandma's fault for not knowing the price and not asking the price when she preloads the card. I mean, but yeah, it's fair for her not to know. It's not her realm, so she doesn't fully understand. I mean, that's totally fine.
A recent thing that has caused a lot of problems as well is, and not a lot of people know this, if you buy a gift card anywhere, whether it's Target, Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy, it doesn't matter. As of right now, they're going through legal battles with this. As of right now, you cannot buy digital currency of any sort with a gift card from a store because of tax problems. So if a grandmother goes in and buys a $100 gift card for her grandchild for Christmas, he wants to come in and buy V-Bucks or whatever. He can't. He cannot do that. Only physical items from any store.
You're talking about like a preloaded debit card.
So they can't even do that now?
Like a debit card's fine, but a gift card to that store, you cannot buy digital currency with. You cannot buy any digital codes. No, what they call POSA cards, point of sale.
Yeah.
Like you can't buy Google Bucks or V-Bucks.
You can't buy any of that. Can't buy Xbox currency. You can't buy PlayStation currency with gift cards to specific stores. It's a tax thing, I guess. They're currently in a legal battle because I guess people were getting double taxed. They were getting taxed at the register and taxed at at the
Yeah.
system. I don't know how it works, but
Oh yeah, that
it
makes
causes a lot of problems. A lot of problems.
Oh yeah. So what? So tax actually get the card and put
Yeah.
money on it, and then also
Tax
at
in
the
the
register
store.
a purchase,
Yeah.
you're getting taxed again.
So they're in currently a legal battle with that, trying to figure that out. Until that gets fixed, it's causing a lot of problems in a lot of stores.
I can see that.
I remember when people were writing checks. They were writing checks to buy gift cards or preloaded cards, and then canceling the checks.
Yep.
But the gift cards were still activated, so they still had the money. That was a fucking problem for a time.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I think the same thing was happening with credit cards too. With credit cards, I mean, this was like a long fucking time ago. I was working at a grocery store, and like anytime you sell a preloaded card, it has to be either a debit card or it has to be straight up cash.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, people always find a way to scam the system. The fucking people.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about scams within gaming.
I think the greatest scam is one that we've already covered. Is the gold image or the going gold? You know.
I don't think
So
that
the
should be
game-
announced. That definitely should not be announced.
It shouldn't have to be announced. I mean, the game should be ready for release when you release the game.
Yeah.
And if you're just like, I mean, I understand the day one patch to fix small bugs here and there, but if you still have like game breaking features and everything, and you've already sold the game, to tens, hundreds of thousands of players, and you're just like, oh, don't worry, we'll put out a patch, we'll fix it soon. But you just rush to get your game out there so people are still playing it because you didn't want to delay it. I mean, God, it's also a little bit of give and take because fucking gamers can't wait.
There's
I mean,
gamers
God
can't wait,
forbid.
and the complexity of modern games is astronomically higher than it was 20 years ago.
But I mean, I still think it's a lot on the gaming industry taking advantage of the internet and being able to push updates over the internet. Because
Which
I mean,
is probably why
back in the-
most consoles are pushing for digital only, so that they can skirt it.
yeah, PS2 games back in the day, the disc is what you got. What was on the disc is what you got. It had to be the final product because
There was no
I mean,
updating it.
there was no upgrading it. I mean, yeah, even though they had internet and like you had an internet connected system back then, it's not necessarily you can't really update the game. Because I don't think they were saving game files to their hard drives. Yeah, those games didn't have those systems didn't have hard drives back then that were running the game utilities.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was also the point of, if you had a physical copy that had a game breaking bug, you had to take it back and get another one later.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember trying to play Resident Evil 4 and I could not get through the tutorial because there was a bug that prevented me from progressing. It's like,
So it wouldn't even let you go any further than that.
no.
I mean, back when the games ran off the CDs or they ran off the cartridges, and dude, that was like the golden era of gaming because those games were good. They were complete. They had more time put into them. They had more thought.
But they didn't take the same amount of computing power as games do today.
That is
Yeah.
true.
I mean, as we look as games grow in modernization, modernification, as games grow more modern, graphics get better. Graphics are getting better. You still look at those PS2 games, those N64 games. I mean, yeah, to us back in the day, graphics was at its height. It's going to be the same thing. Like, we're going to look at games, 30 years from now, we're going to look at games today and we're like, oh, the game looks like fucking trash.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Ugh. Why would they even release that shit?
Hey, I'm just hoping that we have like full dive VR by the time that, I'm old and retired.
Yeah. I mean, it's the progression of life and the progression of standard. But still, like, back then, the graphics, were, top tier. Even so top tier, they were still low down, so they didn't require the compute power. You can look at it the same way as sending shit to space. The Apollo capsules and the Apollo missions, they had fucking 4 kilobytes of RAM. It didn't take much. It didn't take much to send a man on the moon with those computers.
I remember looking back
nowadays
at
with technology, technology's more not robust, but it's more complex. Yeah, like you said, more complex. It requires more computer power. Requires, you know, it's one of the things that's like, you know, kind of limited us to going back to the moons, because like we have progressed in our standards. We've progressed in like our living standards for like, you know, for capsules that would be sufficient to send people to the moon. We progressed in that stuff, and the technology has become far more, so it's gotten far more expensive. I mean, it's tough, man.
You know, what's interesting too about that is how your brain remembers a lot of those old games.
Oh, Crash Bandicoot.
Well, it's not only that, like I was trying to replay the old cinematics for like Diablo and Final Fantasy VII. And when I look back on it, and I remember at the time thinking, holy crap, these are the best graphics I have ever seen in my entire life. Mm-hmm. You know, Blizzard knocks it out of the park. Square Enix knocks it out of the park. Or Squaresoft at the time. Like, I remember watching a cutscene from Final Fantasy VII and thinking, like, this is the most realistic I have ever seen. And I look back on it now, and I'm like, that looks like absolute horse crap.
Well, you know, part of that is because we were younger.
Yeah.
And your brain just always remembers things better than how it really was.
That's true. I mean, I'll give you that. It's you know, your memory upscales it a little bit, but I still think it's, you know, just like back then what we thought was the highest quality. I mean, it still was. It was the highest quality that was available back then.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they were making that quality while having 4K. Fucking, you can see the fucking tiny hairs on his sweater, like in Incredible 2s, you can see the little tiny fucking hairs on his shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's like the same engine, the same stuff that they were doing. Like when you look back and you watch Toy Story 1, you know, these graphics, I mean, fucking amazing for that time.
But it's pretty bad.
It looks great.
Yeah.
But you compare that shit to like the Incredibles 2. I remember watching like the Incredibles 2 trailer and people were pointing out like you can see the fucking tiny ass hairs on his sweater. That's the detail's intense. You know? You know, it's a very valid comparison. But, you know, you're talking about 30 years of technology, you know. But Toy Story looked fucking amazing when it came out because it was still top tier.
And now it looks like test footage for Toy Story 4.
We got some test footage here that we want to go ahead and show you before we final release.
But yeah, so I mean, getting back on the whole scams and gaming, anything that has an in-game currency.
You're talking about anything that has in-game currency?
Yes. So here's why it's a scam. Gotcha games for your phone, Candy Crush, all of those, even, you know, say like the Call of Duty lobby, or hell, even the Diablo microtransaction store. You have to buy an in-game currency with cash, and you need to have more of that currency than something costs.
It's so always got to be more.
Because, and then you're sitting there, and it plays on your psyche too, because you're sitting there going, oh yeah, I've got 500 of that currency. What can I get for that? I can't get a damn thing. But if I spend $5 more, I can get something.
It is a clever ploy that is all designed on purpose.
Yep. And they don't hide it either. It's just like, yeah, everything that, you know, like there's several of them out there. It's like everything that we sell costs $20 or $25. And if you want to buy, but we sell our currency in $5, $10, and $20 increments. So if you want 10, 20, and 50, $10, $20, $50, and $100 increments. So if you want the $25 one, you can either buy the $20 one twice, or you could spend and get the $50 one.
Still feel like I'm getting ripped off.
I mean, I understand it has a scam. It's probably a lot different from y'all. I don't buy into microtransactions that much. I mean, it just annoys me because every time I load up a game that has microtransactions, they always give me the fucking ads like, are you sure you don't want to buy the season pass? We've asked you 1,000 times and you always say no, but is today the day that you buy the season pass? No, fuck off. I'm done. So I ignore it, and there's stuff that are like, yeah, I have to buy or whatever. I'm just like, I'm not gonna buy it. I mean,
I
yeah,
never
sure, the skin
buy.
looks cool, but I don't really care that much.
The only time that I buy a season pass up front is if I know I'm going to complete it. If I
Yeah, because I mean, I think I've done that. I feel like obviously I've bought stuff in microtransactions before, and I've bought season passes before. There was a time when I was into Fortnite. God, I fucking hate Fortnite so much. But I did play Fortnite for a while when I was buying the season passes. Yeah, and after a while, I was like, but I didn't feel that bad about buying Fortnite's season pass because, you know, after I bought it the first time, I only bought it one time because you were able to earn enough V-Bucks.
I was about to say.
I played enough where I earned enough V-Bucks, but there was that one time where I didn't play enough and I did not earn enough V-Bucks, and I was like, all right, I'm done with this game. Good luck. Bye.
Well, that's the thing. Like they do that so that you buy it, and then they always put like the extra skins, kind of like someplace else. Because I mean, it obviously comes with some cool ones in the past, but the ones that everybody's going after are in the store.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to be Batman? It's not in the season pass, but you could be Batman.
I'm not even.
I
I don't think that's so much of a scam. I understand the concept where like they're like
it's designed for you to continuously spend money if you are willing to spend money.
Yeah, I can understand like if they're like, oh, this skin's only is $300 or 300 credits, but you only have 200 credits, and we don't have an option where you can buy 100 credits. You can either buy 50 credits, like you said, twice, or you can buy 200 credits, or you can buy 500, or you can buy 1,000 credits, or whatever. So I understand like the concept like that, where like, I can't buy just the exact amount of credits that I need. I have to, figure it out there. And like, so I can kind of see that, but I also don't mind them having microtransactions for skins and stuff like that. For skins, for weapon skins. I don't mind stuff like that because I'm also the person that like, I don't need it. I'm not going to buy it. I don't care. And I understand that there's people that do buy it. And that's kind of like one thing that I liked about Fortnite at the time. Because they were, people were buying the skins through the stores, so they were relying a lot on that. So a lot of the content they were releasing for free. Their DLCs and shit, they were releasing for free because they were making all their money from people buying stuff in the store. And I'm like, that works for me. I fucking double win. I'm not paying at all for the fucking skins. I'm not spending my money, but also I get the content for free. I mean, I don't fucking care. I benefit the fuck out of this.
There are two models that I actually respect. That is Fortnite and Path of Exile.
Yeah, I respect the fucking. I fucking hate Fortnite with a fucking passion because it's corrupting so much. But I think I still do. I respected their purchase model. I do. Yeah. Because they were releasing a lot of their content for free. Some other games were fucking following suit, and they were releasing their DLC for free because they were making so much from the microtransactions and skins and stuff. And I was like, I benefit because I'm not spending my money and I'm getting all the content. Good to go.
Yeah, same thing with Path of Exile. The game's free. The DLCs are free. The expansions are free. They have a couple of pay for convenience, but there's no pay to win. And 99.9% of all of their microtransactions are cosmetics. And their entire thing is, if you enjoy the game, this is here for you. If you want to support us, here you go. If you just want to play the game, there it is. So I respect their model a lot. The hell is that?
Is it a ghost?
No, Windows put something new on my bar.
Oh.
The fuck is Copilot?
Oh, it's like their AI.
It's Microsoft AI.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have Windows 11. Thank you.
I do not. I have Windows 10.
Really? You have Copilot on Windows 10?
Yeah, they backtrace a lot of that stuff. I saw an article on it.
Oh,
They're putting it on, AI's going on everything. I don't like it.
AI's gonna. Oh, dude. We're talking about some creepy AI shit. We're talking about some creepy AI shit. Are we good to move? Are we good to move on? You good to move on?
Yeah, we didn't really do the whole scams and gaming thing. We'll talk about it in a later episode.
We can talk about it again. I'll talk about this super quick.
I don't know, because actually I wanted to add something to the whole AI conversation.
Dude, fucking, this is the creepiest AI story that I've fucking heard. I heard it today. It's the creepiest fucking AI story I've ever fucking heard. I've heard stories about people, AI, like making videos. They make videos or whatever, like fucking whoever talking, and then, it has their voice, it makes their voice or whatever, and it makes it seem real, or they have photos that kind of seem real. This is the creepiest fucking AI story I heard. Apparently, AI made it was an AI book. Not a book. But this, as I was told, this couple bought a book from a fucking store that, listed mushrooms or whatever, and they were fascinated about mushrooms and going out and finding, certain types of mushrooms, species of mushrooms out in the wild. And they had the book, and they were reading it to see which ones were healthy to eat and which ones were not healthy to eat, right? And it was misinformed because the book was made by fucking AI. It was an AI book that somehow got published, printed, and put in stores for sale. And it had misinformation. They got sick. They ate the wrong mushrooms. They got sick. I mean, they didn't die, which is good for them. Good for everyone. But I mean, that's straight up, lawsuit to the publisher. That is fucking real, man. You're looking at the bookstore. You see on the bookshelf, guide for mushrooms, whatever. And it's a fucking AI book that got printed and published with misinformation. Like, how the fuck does that happen? That's a fucking... Because it's a tangible object. It's a tangible object that's in the real world. It's not a video. It's not a photo.
But would AI be responsible for that, or would the publishing company?
Exactly. I'm like, how did it get published? How did it get published and printed?
Technically, it would be the publishing companies because they would have utilized AI and then pushed it through publishing. So, yeah, it would be the publishing company.
But yeah, I mean, that does open up a whole nother thing, though, of AI completely, or companies using AI to completely replace their creators. Like, hey, we're going to, sell a new best-selling novel. We're just going to click a button and we'll have it in 10 minutes.
That's kind of like the whole point of AI right now, though, is to get rid of just artists or people like that in general, because, these big companies don't want to spend money on it.
True.
But the problem with AI art is that, while it is really good and the technology is pretty amazing, it's not perfect, and it lacks a human element that only a human could provide, as far as like just a direction for the art, and this could apply to anything.
Yeah, but I saw this thing, and it made me start thinking about it. Apparently, the concept of AI in and of itself is false, because what we have now isn't intelligence. Because intelligence can't be artificial. What we have now is machine learning. And
Fair. I thought you were about to blow my fucking mind. I was not ready for it, but okay.
But yeah, what we have now...
I watched a video recently where a guy was challenging, I think it was ChatGPT, because they recently gave it the ability to it has a voice, you can talk with it now.
Yeah.
And this guy was challenging it to tell him the truth. And basically, in a nutshell, it admitted that it was not capable of actually telling the truth, and it was just constantly lying. But it also admitted that it's part of its design to speak in such a way because it wants to reassure you that it's listening or that it cares or whatever that is. But at the same time, if you really press it enough, it will basically falter and admit that it's not really telling you the truth, and it doesn't actually feel anything because it's not real.
Yeah. There's also been a lot of issues with companies pushing propaganda through AI because, which is one of the big things with ChatGPT right now. I don't know if you know this or not. Elon Musk is suing ChatGPT. He actually had a hand in funding and creating it as long as it would stay open source. and I think Microsoft and a couple other companies swooped in and replaced their entire board, and they turned it into a propaganda machine. Yeah, and
We're not safe. Doesn't matter. We're just not safe at all.
like it'll tell you flat out that like certain events that happened never happened, and how certain other things that are not real are actually happening in real time.
Mandela effect about to get fucking wild.
Yeah.
Sinbad was in that genie movie. He did it. He did it. I don't care what anybody said. He did it.
Yes, it's Shazam. It was real. I
I remember it. I watched it.
There.
I
was
remember
there
it.
when I saw it. It's a fucking real thing.
Well, it's like the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia. They said it doesn't exist, and it was. It does something.
It's
Someone
fucking,
found it.
it's fucking real. There's no. I would not even know what a cornucopia was if it wasn't for that. I would not know what it fucking was if it was not for that.
Yeah, there was definitely two things that made me aware of the Mandela effect. It was the cornucopia and Sinbad.
Yeah.
And
And of course, Sinbad said, "Oh, I never did this. I never played." And I'm like, somebody got
Looney
to you.
Tunes.
Somebody got to you.
Had to. Looney Tunes, man.
I've also seen another video where like he's talking to somebody about how they tried to find all the VHS copies of the movie and destroy them.
How could Sinbad do me like that?
Right? Well,
I
and
enjoyed that movie as a kid.
and here's another thing I thought was funny is that the cornucopia thing, Fruit of the Loom will publicly say that the cornucopia never existed, but a lady went into a Goodwill and found Fruit of the Loom underwear with the cornucopia on it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You had to take that with a grain of salt because I mean it's Goodwill. It's not official merchandise. It was stuff that was surrendered.
Oh, really? You're gonna be that one? You're gonna drink the Kool-Aid on this?
I'll drink the Kool-Aid for that one. I'll drink the Kool-Aid for that one. It's a little tough. I mean, anybody could make that and just give it to Goodwill.
You know,
I'll allow that.
So you're
I'll allow that by a tiny bit.
the cornucopia.
I'll allow that by a tiny, just by a tiny, just a little tiny bit.
Oh, of course.
I'll allow that one. Just like a little tiny bit.
I think I need to go back. No, Michael Jordan did Hanes, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
Never mind. He's like, I gotta go back and look at those old Michael Jordan commercials. Nope, he did Hanes.
Did he do Fruit?
No, he did Hanes.
He did Haynes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. He had that contract for a minute.
Yep.
I'll allow it. They used him when they
Hear the
came
Star
out with-
Wars one? I don't know anything about Star Wars, but did you hear the Star Wars one about Luke?
No, what?
So apparently, the famous line, "Luke, I am your father," was never said. It's "No, I am your father."
Yeah, oh,
He
yeah,
never
no,
said
yeah.
Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just.
I
That's
don't know
just
about
people
Star
just
Wars
getting it.
enough to know if that's true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just people
100%
just
true.
not getting it right.
Okay. I was like, I don't know, man.
I ain't got a clue.
That's just people misquoting. That's just people
Yeah.
misquoting.
A lot of things are misquoted that way. When it comes to pop culture.
Sure.
Like what movie was that with I'll Be Your Huckleberry?
Oh yeah. Well, Hulk. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Shit today too. We're talking about the Doc Holliday because this person was telling me that she has a friend that the dog's name is Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday.
Well, like
Yeah, something like that.
Shaggy from Scooby Doo, they said he never had Adam's apple, which I always remembered a huge Adam's apple,
Yes.
Dude,
and
that's
apparently
where
he
he's-
didn't. That's what they say.
But he did have an abs.
that was in the crease of his neck.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was huge. I thought it was
Yeah,
massive,
yeah,
but they say it doesn't exist.
Oh, whatever.
Wait. I want to go back to the Doc Holliday I'll Be Your Huckleberry thing.
It was just a misquote.
So a huckle is the handles on a casket, and a bearer is the guy who carries the casket. So he actually says, "I'll be your hucklebearer."
Yes,
Not
that
Huckleberry.
is true.
Yeah.
Right. Yes,
Yeah.
that is true.
It's just severely misquoted throughout time.
Yes.
It sounds cool.
I'll be a Huckleberry, but and everybody spent like 30 decades or 30 years, 30 decades, 30 years going like, what the f- is a Huckleberry?
All right, I feel you're about to do it. You're about to end the show. Let me get this in. Let me get it. All right, Wrath. This is for Wrath.
Okay.
All right. So we were talking about pre-orders and how pre-orders are going, and like how you were saying that when a game gets an official release trailer, official game, gameplay trailer, that's usually like when the pre-orders start, right? So it doesn't have to do with the game. It has to do with the console. The fucking PS5 fiasco.
Okay.
The fucking PS5 fiasco, because PS5, they had their release trailer and they're like, pre-orders are going to go live tomorrow at this time. But fucking GameStop stepped in out of fucking nowhere and opened pre-orders and put everything to fucking chaos.
That is true.
And then everybody else started opening their pre-orders, and then Sony had to fucking just swoop in and be like, everyone shut the shit down. Shut it down. What
That
the
is
fuck is
true.
going on?
That is 100% true.
Yeah, it was a fucking mess. What happened?
So we have, just like most companies, we have people at headquarters in Texas that have never been in the store, that tell us how our store should look and tell us what we need to do and how we need to do it. And they also control our computer systems. Now, believe it or not, GameStop does not have high-tech computer systems. We have the worst internet known to man, and our systems run almost old DOS style stuff. It's really bad.
Sorry.
Somebody at corporate basically click the OK start button on the pre-orders, and once that happened, we have a internal chat system with all the stores. Basically, all managers can talk together and stuff throughout the entire United States. And once one person found it, they kind of let out a relay that, hey, they're up, and people just went crazy. So it was one person's fault at corporate. They basically flipped the switch saying, go for it, and they weren't supposed to.
My bad.
Oops.
So you also knew ahead of time, I mean, I understand about NDAs and stuff like that and so on and so forth. So, I understand, like, if you're not going to speak fully to, certain things. But you knew ahead of time when the pre-orders, like when the system was, going to be set to release, the dates and the dates of the pre-orders. Yeah?
Correct.
Okay.
So I'll tell you this. We know, it's not like we know a month in advance. Normally, and they've gotten a lot tighter with it. It used to be about a week in advance. Now it's most of the time it's either the same day or maybe an hour before, because we have problems. And they take it super seriously. So we had one store, we get marketing kits in, and the marketing will say a date on it. Do not open before this date. Do not show, you're not allowed to take pictures of anything. And we had one store that sent out pictures of Black Ops 3. Ooh. So what they fired the entire store. The entire store, even people that were at home.
Yeah,
they fired the entire store.
That's what I'm thinking about, man.
Yeah, they fired the district leader. And all because he posted a picture on Reddit, one picture of a poster that he wasn't supposed to post, and then they charge us $500,000 fee for breaking street date.
Fuck yeah! I mean, I get the $500,000 fee, but like fucking everybody at the store, everybody has a day off.
You ain't got no job. How you get fired on your day off?
Yeah, we've had situations where we've had entire districts, which is 16 stores, fired. Yeah. They don't play with street dates. So the person that did the PlayStation thing got let go, of course. Dude, whether they meant to do it or not, that's not the point.
Okay, I have always wondered that, because somebody has to know. Like when you announce like the GTA 6 trailer, or like releasing a game or anything, because companies have to build the website, they have to build it in the database. It has to be ready, and it's just look at just a quick deployment to make it go live. It's just a quick go live deployment. So the shit's already built. So some people have to know about it. But when you say shit like that, like the entire district is fired, like yes, like you're like. You don't want to be that one fucking guy. You don't want to be that one guy. So that's why like that shit's like locked up. I'm like, so many people probably know about this. Why is no one saying shit?
Yeah.
But you're talking about like
can't.
You're just like, yeah, I'll be like the one person that gets 16 stores worth of people, the
Gone.
fucking day shift, the night shift, the fucking reserve, everybody get fired. I'm not being that fucking guy. I mean, I'm sure some people want to be that fucking guy, but like, dang.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine.
It's crazy.
To get that phone call of, so we're gonna go ahead and don't come back to the store. Today.
You got fired. Fucking Greg. Fucking Greg from like fucking 4 states over happened to show this one thing, so now we gotta let everybody go.
Yo, that's
I haven't been able to reach Rob, so if you see Rob before I see Rob, tell him he got fired too, bud.
Well, and because of that, the one bad apple ruins the bunch kind of thing. We don't get to know stuff anymore early. In fact, honestly, to be 100% honest with you, I learn stuff from customers that come in that they saw online before they even tell me from corporate. Customers will come in and say, I can pre-order this, and I'm like, I don't think so, but I'll look, and sure enough, it's there. And they found it online. They didn't release an email saying that this was happening.
Yeah, I used to get the same thing with the company I work for. Customers all the time be like, hey, do you have this? Hey, do you have this? I'm like, that doesn't exist. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and they find out before we do now because a couple bad apples ruin the bunch kind of thing.
Yep.
That's crazy. Somebody leaks one photo and literally whole district gone.
Everybody, dude, they don't play with street date.
Dang.
But I still think about that, that PS5 like release window, and like I was still super lucky. I was still super lucky to get a fucking PS5 day one, because like I woke up in the middle of the night because they gave a time for like when pre-orders were going to go live. They said it's going to happen at this time, and like for like me it was like it was 3:00 in the fucking morning for my time, and like this is when pre-orders are going to go live. But they had the announcement like the day before, and then like an hour later, fucking stores started just fucking pre-ordering. Like fucking everybody doing. GameStop was first, and then Walmart was like, all right, fuck it, just open it up. Best Buy was like, all right, fine, fucking open it up.
Yeah.
And everyone was just releasing the pre-orders, and like I was like an hour slow. Like I started seeing all this shit, I started freaking the fuck out. I started calling all my GameStops. I called Best Buy, Walmart, Target, and they're like, nah, man, good luck. We're done. Got nothing. Everything's gone. The pre-orders are done. And I was just like, fuck. I was pissed. I just happened to wake up in the middle of the night. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. And I fucking logged on. It was fucking right there. Fucking was able to add to cart and fucking purchase. Fuck. I had already been going through like the graphics card fucking shit too. So I was used to it. Just like showing them being able to click add to cart and I had it not be there. But I clicked add to cart and I went to the checkout and it was fucking there. I was like, oh shit. Purchase confirmed. I was like, fuck.
I can't tell you how many times on the PlayStation that I hit purchase now, and so many times it was purchase now and then sorry, this product's no longer in stock.
Yeah, this shit happened.
I just sat there for hours just refreshing, reloading, getting back through the queue, getting to add to cart, going to cart, clicking purchase now, no longer available.
Dude, after COVID, like I dealt with that shit so much. I was trying to get graphics cards. I was trying to get fucking processors. I was trying to build my PC, man. Dealt with that shit for a long fucking time. It's so bad, and like I had already been through the hassle. I already knew the fucking hustle too, man. Of like setting up alerts and like having to get through shit. But like for the PS5, it was different. I was just like, I just woke up. I set an alarm for like fucking 2:58. Give me a little bit of time just to make sure I could start my computer, get to the website. Fucking did. I hit refresh. It was like add to cart, and I was like, oh shit, they actually did. Because I remember when Sony stepped in. Sony, like everyone was releasing their shit. Sony stepped in and was like, shut this shit the fuck down. They were like, shut it the fuck down. And everyone stopped all the pre-orders, and there was no chatter for like fucking hours. I was like, all the pre-orders are gone. I don't know. That was fucking chaos. That was chaos, man.
But